XXXTentacion, better known as José Duane Ricardo Onfroy, born the 23rd of January 1998, died June 18, 2018. He was an American rapper and singer-songwriter. Though a controversial figure due to his well-documented legal problems, XXXTentacion established a cult following among his youthful followers with his depression and alienation-themed music during his brief career. Juvenile offenses. Onfroy was arrested in late 2012 for possession of 21 grams of marijuana, a felony under Florida law. He received a 1-month juvenile jail sentence and 6 months in a behavioral treatment institution. He was arrested again shortly after his parole for stealing into a residence to steal a laptop to make music on. Juvenile charges. Onfroy was sentenced to a year in a youth prison center in 2014 for weapons possession. According to Onfroy, the district attorney attempted to trial him as an adult for gun possession, which would have resulted in a 5 to 10-year prison sentence. Sources questioned for a 2020 biography contradicted Onfroy's version of his time in adolescent detention. He may have served 1 month as part of a larger term of less than 1 year, and his charges cannot be substantiated by public data because he was a juvenile. Onfroy attempted suicide in August 2015 by running into oncoming traffic. He was taken to the hospital for treatment of his injuries and was eventually fined $8,650 for the act. Tablez stabbing. In 2016, Dylan Turner, also known as Tablez, a New Jersey native studying at Full Sail University, managed XXXTentacion and his best friend Ski Mask the Slump God. Due to Onfroy's lack of musical experience and Tablez's lack of managerial experience, they agreed that Tablez would be compensated solely through the sales of the song Look at Me. Ski Mask and Tablez had a disagreement one night in Tablez's flat, which resulted in Ski Mask storming out. Ski Mask later called Onfroy while inebriated and lied about Tablez stealing thousands of dollars from him. According to Tablez's story, Onfroy and others burst into Tablez's flat days later, and Onfroy said, "What if I stab you? What if I fucking stab you?" he said, pointing a knife at Tablez's stomach, stopped a few inches short and pulling back. Tablez stated that he was unsure whether Onfroy intended to stab him because Onfroy yelled in amazement, "Oh fuck," after Tablez informed him that he had stabbed him. The blade, however, plunged into his abdomen. According to Tablez, Onfroy and the others then snatched his laptop and escaped. Tablez needed emergency surgery and sustained life-altering injuries. He promised to withdraw the charges against Onfroy if his computer was returned, adding he didn't want one bad choice to define who Onfroy was. Despite the fact that all of its files had been erased, Tablez adhered to his commitment. Onfroy paid for all of Tablez's hospital fees and later apologized and praised him for dropping the accusations, telling him, "Thank you for dropping the charges. As bad as things are, I will be eternally grateful to you." Tablez said, "Yes, I believe Onfroy is genuinely changing later in life to become a better person. We are all, deep down." Charges include robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, and house invasion. Onfroy was arrested and charged with robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, and home invasion committed in November 2015. On July 14, 2016, just days after being released on bail for stabbing Tablez. According to the arrest complaint, Onfroy entered Che Thomas's residence armed with a handgun with 3 other people. Onfroy fled the house with an iPad, an iPhone, a Sony PlayStation Portable, and 20 after pistol whipping Thomas 3 times. Onfroy was initially detained in Orlando but was later moved to Orange County. His numerous relocations were the result of prosecutors' eventually successful attempt to find a county that would charge him as an adult for a crime committed as a minor. In September 2016, he was released on a $10,000 bail. After Thomas requested that Onfroy not be imprisoned, Onfroy pleaded no contest to the charges and was sentenced to 6 years probation, charges of domestic violence and witness tampering. While awaiting trial in early October of the same year, Onfroy was arrested again later that month on allegations of aggravated violence of a pregnant woman, domestic battery, and false imprisonment. Onfroy was released from jail on $50,000 bail on March 26, 2017, after being charged with robbery and assault with a deadly weapon. His trial for domestic abuse and witness tampering was originally scheduled for May 2017, but was put back multiple times until finally being scheduled for October 5, 2017. On September 8, 2017, Pitchfork published the claimed victim's testimony in Onfroy's case. The trial was subsequently postponed once more, with a new date of December 11, 2017, set. Following Onfroy's decision to donate $100,000 to domestic violence prevention organizations, controversy emerged once more, and then again, when Onfroy organized an event to assist rape victims, which was ultimately cancelled due to vandalism. Onfroy's trial was postponed once more, when Onfroy's ex-girlfriend, Geneva Ayala, the alleged victim in the case, filed an affidavit requesting for the charges to be completely dropped. She also refused to testify in court, increasing the likelihood of the battery charges being withdrawn or Onfroy being acquitted. In response, the prosecution moved to divide the domestic violence and witness tampering case, filing additional witness tampering counts against Onfroy and setting a new trial date for December 15, 2017. Despite this, Ayala's sources believed the letter was real, and she wanted to move on. After Onfroy's death, Ayala stated that she was opposed to Onfroy receiving prison time. Onfroy wrote on Instagram on December 10, 2017, "Court date is on the 15th 9 a.m. Here is my court information. If I am taken into custody, I want to tell everyone I've let down. I apologize. I tried my best. I really did." He then released the court hearing information. Onfroy pled not guilty on December 14, 2017, and was taken into pre-trial prison after the prosecution filed a motion claiming that Onfroy had broken his bond. He was imprisoned without bail. Onfroy's release from house arrest was verified on December 20, 2017. On March 21, 2018, Onfroy was released from house arrest. Onfroy's domestic violence charges, which he was awaiting trial for, were voluntarily dropped by the prosecution following his death. In 2019, documentation and recordings of phone calls Onfroy made from jail to his mother were leaked, in which Onfroy claimed that his ex-girlfriend was not pregnant and that it was his female friends who beat Ayala for getting Onfroy taken to a mental asylum. In 2016, Onfroy was hospitalized involuntarily under Florida's Baker Act after Ayala and Onfroy's housemates complained to police that he had attempted suicide. Controversy over a Snapchat video, threats of false accusation, and a defamation lawsuit. A Snapchat video of Onfroy punching a girl, Brianna Starling, in 2013 when he was 15, surfaced shortly after he was released from house arrest. The video, which has a message made by Starling that sardonically reads, "I hate this nigga," along with Onfroy dancing to some music before punching the girl, was, obviously, in jest, according to Onfroy's attorneys. Later, Onfroy stated that he was terrified of being financially extorted by Starling, and that members of her family had already called him seeking money. Starling came out a few days later, stating she was terrified for her life. However, Onfroy planned to sue Starling for fraud and slander after her family requested a substantial sum of money in exchange for her silence, according to TMZ. According to the complaint, Starling, her grandparents, and an attorney discussed the potential financial gain from the video and demanded $300,000 in exchange for Starling's silence, as well as threatening to falsely accuse Onfroy of brandishing a BB gun prior to the video. Furthermore, the lawsuit alleged that after learning about Onfroy's current criminal domestic violence case with Ayala, Starling changed her tone, threatening to organize a press conference to show the world how violent Onfroy is. Onfroy is heard saying on the later leaked full version of the recording that he has no pride looking in the mirror and that he disgusts himself for not being able to control his rage. In June 2018, it went all fatal. Onfroy was stopped from exiting the parking lot of Riva Motorsports Motorcycle and Marine Superstore in Deerfield Beach, Florida, at 3:56 p.m. EDT on June 18, 2018. While the rapper was sitting in the driver's seat, two armed guys exited the SUV and approached him. Following a brief battle, the armed men entered Onfroy's vehicle, stole a small Louis Vuitton bag holding $50,000, and shot Onfroy multiple times. The shooters drove away from the area in their SUV. Paramedics eventually took Onfroy to the adjacent Broward Health North Hospital in Deerfield Beach, where he was declared dead. So there you have it, XXXTentacion's full criminal history. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos like this. Please use the notification bell to get notified anytime we upload. And finally, please leave a comment if you have any suggestions for somebody we should do a criminal history video about next.